second here, everyone. Let's put this on Twitter. Okay. Here we go. Hello, everyone. How you guys doing? I hope everyone's having a great day today. Okay. Just feel free to invite me, and I will help you for whatever sale you need help with. Shimon, let me help Shimon here. It's going good. How are you guys? My semester is over and I have 62 credits to go. Oh, okay, Eddie. Well, I wish you luck with that. I hope everything works out for you. But you said the semester's over, right? So you get a little bit of break now? Maybe I'll play the South Park games. I will announce it probably sometime this week coming up, Blinded Eagle. And hey, Dillingham. Hello, I am Michael's huge fan of your channel. Thank you. Thank you, Michael, super backer. Hey man, can't play today. I was very drunk last night and need some time off. Sorry, bro. It's okay. Thank you for the super chat, Nikki. Thank you, man. Keep up the amazing work and graft on YouTube Professional, and apologies for keep asking about the Getaway games. They are PS2 classics. The cosplays will be good for you to do. Yes, I'll do the Getaway games one day too. I have a question. You know the Getaway games. Have you ever heard of this game called Gangs of London? It's another open world game. It's on PSP, but it's like a game where there's like different gangs that are in London, and you can play as anybody that you want, like any of the gangs. I remember there's like a there is a English mafia, then there's a Russian mafia, there's a Jamaican gang, there's the Triads, there's I think there's another gang, I forget the other gang, but LA Noire is fun. I haven't played in a long time. It's okay, Nikki. Yeah, Gangs of London is kind of fun. GTA 6 next year. When do you think GTA 7 will come out? GTA 7 is not going to come out probably for at least 10 to 15 years. So don't expect it for a very long time, Reckless Gaming. I just hope that in that time we get more open world crime games. Not just from Rockstar, but, you know, other games that we can play. What do you think happened to Donald Love? That is a good question. One day I'll probably have a video on that, but it's a very good question. Thank you, Reckless Gaming. When's LA Noire Part 2? A little bit later today. It's actually processing right now, so after this stream it'll be up. go. Yeah, she would have General's Alert. What day are you playing GTA 4 again? I don't know. I haven't announced it yet. Got any scam baiting videos in the making? There's a video I'm going to be uploading this week coming up of just me talking to the Nigerian Cybercrimes Division. I know you guys have been hearing me talk about that video for some time, but it is going to be uploaded this week coming up. And this video is not going to be me pissing off scammers, but it's basically going to be me talking to the Nigerian police for like an hour long. And I was like, and it's like 4 different phone calls over like a few months period. And eventually the final phone call, the final phone call is kind of crazy, where we got into an argument and I just yelled at them because I got pissed and I felt like they didn't care about doing stopping the scammers, because I gave them a bunch of information on the scammer's IP address, you know, scammer's website, you know, what city the scammer was in, you know, scammer's phone number, scammer's Facebook page. So I gave them a lot of information, and to me, like, when I was talking to them on the phone, it didn't seem like they cared. Like I was trying to be as helpful as I could, and it didn't seem like they cared about arresting the scammers. And so I got pissed, and I basically said to them on the phone, it's like, you guys even care? Are you even doing anything? And the cop just started screaming at me on the phone. Like, he just got so pissed. He was just yelling at me on the phone. I actually recorded the whole phone call, so I'll have that whole phone call up. But I didn't start out the phone call being rude to him. Like, that was the 4th call. So, like, every single call I was nice, and this went on for, like, you know, 3 to 4 months. So it was like 3 to 4 months of like 4 different phone calls. Usually like a month in between each phone call, and like the final phone call, I just got pissed, and I just, you know, basically felt like they didn't care. And I still saw the scammer's website is still up. It's still up as I speak, by the way, the scammer's website. And so at that point, I know they didn't do anything about it, and so I just, I was just a bit pissed about that. I know there's good cops in Nigeria, don't get me wrong, but it was just like, with just that cybercrimes division, I just had such a terrible, like, experience with them. That division actually, they actually arrested a woman who made a bad Facebook review. There was this woman who made a Facebook review on like this tomato paste, saying that it was too sugary, and she was like a Nigerian influencer with 20,000 followers. And the CEO of that company actually told her to take the review down. She wouldn't, and so he complained to the cyber police, the CEO of that big, you know, tomato company, and the Nigerian cyber police raided her and arrested her, and she's facing like 7 years in prison and like a $3 million fine for leaving a Facebook review. And yet there's like scammers that are doing these investment scams, these romance scams, and they don't do anything about that. But like a woman who like leaves a bad Facebook review, of course they're gonna go after her. Did you hear that the Saints Row reboot sold 1.7 million units, which was the least selling game in the series? Yeah, heard about that too. I'm actually honestly surprised it even sold over 1 million copies, honestly. Oh, Gangs of London is written by the same developers that made The Getaway? I didn't even know that. But I thought it was always similar, but it was, Yes, this is Gus from Breaking Bad, this cosplay. Yes, I will do a Saints Row 200% completion stream. If someone ever told you history is important, you have a long talk with them, yeah. Because if you don't learn from history, you don't learn from the mistakes that happened in the past, you're doomed to repeat the same mistakes. Here we go. I'm gonna have a very funny video coming out on Tuesday or Wednesday. It's gonna be a GTA Online video. It's gonna be a top 5, and it's gonna be a very funny top 5, so I think people are really gonna like it. Bro, smartest thing Lance did? Maybe hacking the Domestabot, but then Vic had to take care of that. He really didn't have that many smart things he did. Will I be mad if GTA 6 is not 60 FPS? Oh, of course. If it's not 60 FPS, that's gonna be really stupid. And then we're gonna have to wait for expanded and enhanced on PS6. My next LA Noire video a little bit later today. There we go, we took care of that, okay. Nice work, everyone. Hey, Own Titan, what's up, man? My LA Noire streams are the best of the genre. Well, thank you. You know, the thing is, though, the next part of LA Noire that I'm uploading, I already recorded it, so it's uploading right now. For the stream, it'll be up. I really went into analyzing the next case, like just analyzing everything that was happening, talking about proper police procedure and all of that other stuff. Will I make lore videos in LA Noire? Yes, I want to. I have an idea for already 2 lore videos for LA Noire, too. You should do a charity stream again. We're gonna do one in June. So in June, we'll do one. I should probably put away my,
No, please, no!
Return movie. Okay. What's the smartest thing Mickey the Hitman did? Nothing really. He did some pretty stupid crap. Okay. Thank you. I did watch Home Alone when I was a kid. Thank you, Sean, for the super chat. I've seen pretty much most of them when I was a kid. What's an important part of history they don't teach in school? Are you talking about, like, a specific event, or are you just talking about, just something they don't tell you the whole history of? I would say that the, I would say that probably the number one, when it comes to my country, the United States, I would say that probably the number one thing that I think that, that people learn about history, and this is from some very biased teachers, and this is not true, but there's actually a lot of people that believe this. There's, like, you know, hundreds of thousands of people, possibly a few million people that actually believe this. But basically is there are people out there that think that the Civil War had nothing to do with slavery. Yep, there's actually people that think that, and they think that the Confederacy did not fight for slavery. They think the Confederacy fought for states' rights, and there's, like, lots of people that actually falsely believe that. And so that, I would say, is probably the number one thing that's, like, people falsely believe when it comes to history, at least in America, in my country. Yeah, I've seen so many comments, like, whenever I watch any kind of Civil War, you know, documentary or movie or anything like that, like, I just look at the comments, and I just see, like, all these people that are just saying, like, oh, you know, it was the Confederacy wasn't for slavery, it was for states' rights, which is just not true. It's like, that's completely going against everything that's history has told us, and you can just look at, like, the Confederate Constitution as proof that they seceded for slavery. The Confederate Constitution outlines that they are seceding primarily for slavery. There was a law in the Confederacy that said that if somebody had 20 or more slaves, they were not subject to the draft. And also the black soldiers that are wearing Confederate uniforms, people point to that and they say, oh, that's proof that the Confederacy was not for slavery, but those soldiers were forced against their will. They had no choice. And there's also a lot of people that point to Robert E. Lee, and they say that Robert E. Lee was against slavery. He thought that slavery should be illegal, and so therefore this means the Confederacy was against slavery. No. Just because Robert E. Lee was personally against slavery does not mean that the Confederacy was against slavery. And the reason that Robert E. Lee supported the Confederacy was because he was more loyal to Virginia than the Union. That was the primary reason why he joined the Confederacy. So that was the reason. So Robert E. Lee was perfectly fine with the Confederacy, you know, defending slavery. He personally didn't agree with it himself, but he knew what the Confederacy was. So, you know, I honestly don't know how somebody can honestly sit there and just, like, tell me that, like, the Confederacy was, like, you know, not for, that it was not for slavery and it was for states' rights. It's such a stupid argument. I will tell you also that, oh yeah, well, of course, Real Steve, there was a draft in the North. I'm not denying that. A lot of people in the North were drafted. And as for the New York draft riots, the reason the New York draft riots actually happened was because rich people could actually pay, like, a tax, and they didn't have to get drafted into the Union Army. And well, what happened was a lot of poor, like, working class people in New York got really angry and they rioted. And that's pretty much what had caused the New York riots. But the Confederacy had their own draft as well, and in the Confederacy, if somebody owned 20 or more slaves, they didn't have to go into the military. So that just shows you right there that's it's proof that the Confederacy was a you know, a slave-holding you know, country. But yeah, there's also, I will say this is for the people that for the people that also, like, defend the Confederacy and they think that the Confederacy fought for states' rights, well, I'll say two things to that point. The Confederacy loved federal power when it was on their side. They passed, actually, the Fugitive Slave Acts. They passed the Fugitive Slave Acts a couple of years before the Civil War started, which was a federal law, which basically said that if a slave escapes to a free state, the free state has to cooperate with the slave state and deport the slave back to the slave state. And and also, West Virginia used to be part of Virginia, but it actually seceded from Virginia. The reason for that is because West Virginia was primarily, like, you know, a mountainous state, a coal mining state, didn't really have that many farms on it. And so the people in West Virginia did not support slavery. They were against slavery. And so they left the Confederacy. They didn't want to be part of the Confederacy. They didn't agree with slavery. And what did the Confederacy do? The Confederacy invaded West Virginia when they seceded. When West Virginia left Virginia, none of the other Confederate states recognized that secession, and they actually invaded them. So people saying states' rights, the Confederacy's for state rights. Well, what about the states' rights of West Virginia? So it's like, you just ask yourself, the states' rights to what exactly? You don't have the right to own another human being as property. But I think that it's personally like a I just personally think, like, it's a massive problem that, like, there's, like, just so many people that are just, they're so into that propaganda that they just have completely convinced themselves of, like, a false historical vision of the Confederacy. GTA kicked me, that's nice. Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you, Christine. Thank you for the super chat. Aside from working in retail, did you ever have struggles with mental health? Of course. I never went to, like, a mental health doctor, but I definitely had, like, you know, struggles. I definitely had issues. I actually uploaded a video on that specific thing. But yeah, I had issues at sometimes. It was like my boss was a scumbag, and it was just, like, a lot of stuff that we were dealing with. What about Native Americans that fought for the Confederacy against the Union? That is actually, wait, what's happening here? Where are we going? Here? Okay, just go, Toxic. Yeah, because I just want to help Shimon sell his businesses. Sorry to rush you here, but it's okay. So the guy that was asking me about the Native Americans that fought for the Confederacy against the Union. There was two reasons that that a lot of Native Americans were on the side of the Confederacy. That was true. There was actually Confederate units that were of Native Americans. The reason that a lot of Native Americans sided with the Confederacy is because they did not like the people that were in D.C. But also the second reason is and this is actually something that a lot of people don't know. A lot of Native American tribes actually had a lot of slaves, and so under the Confederacy, they would keep those slaves. So slavery would not be banned. So a lot of people actually don't know that a lot of Native American tribes actually did buy and sell slaves. I think that one of the tribes that had the most amount of slaves, I think it was the Chickasaw. The Chickasaw, I think that's, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's the tribe that had a lot of slaves. Let me see here. Who would I say is a better detective? Gumshoe or Fulbright? Fulbright, I would say, is a bit better. Gumshoe is a bit stupider. Didn't the rich also pay younger people, poorer people to take their place? No, there's more like a tax. Like, rich people would, like, pay a tax and they wouldn't get drafted. What do I think of people who want others to own their lives instead? What are you talking about? Yeah, I heard about that with Iran's president. Yeah, GTA, 5 on PS5 is mostly stable 60 FPS. Did I have beef with not? No. I'll be honest with you, I don't like that guy's channel, but I don't have beef with him. I'm good, Pikachu. How are you, man? Show me your upgraded weapons. These are just, my weapons that I'm just... Most evil character in Outlast, maybe the Nazi doctor. I think he's he's probably the most evil character in the Outlast series. Oh, what the? What is that, Sean? Thank you for the super chat. Given you've reached the heights once achieved with views and money, does a part of you miss those days? What do you mean something? Can you explain a little bit more? Well, no, real Steve, nobody should be controlling anybody else's life. Anyone who does that is a scumbag. Just go, don't wait for me, just go. Isn't that the guy who gets ripped in half at the end of the game, General's Alert, in Outlast Whistleblower? You used to get so many views with GTA Online, making more money. Do you miss that time period of your channel? I wouldn't say that I miss it, and I wouldn't say that I don't miss it either. I would say look, here's the thing about this is I used to get way more views on GTA Online, like, years ago. So, like, years ago, I used to have way more views than I have now, and I did have way more money, too, on my channel. But, while those were, like, fun times, I don't regret doing all the content that I'm doing now. Because what happened is, if anybody has been watching me for years, you would know that, like, when I had, like, you know, those, like, I used to have, like, 2,000 people watching, like, every stream live. It was, like 1,000, 2,000 people, like, watching every GTA Online stream. The reason, that time, like, I had a lot of people watching, but the thing about that is that I had a lot of people that were just, I would say, just watching me for GTA and nothing but GTA. And what people were doing is they were, if I tried to play any other game, people would complain to me, and they would just say really rude and nasty things to me, and some people got really toxic. And it basically, like, it was at that point I had to choose what I want to do. Do I want to keep doing GTA Online endlessly on my channel and get, like, tons of views? Or do I, and, like, have, like, some people, like, people pressuring me constantly to do GTA, nothing but GTA? Or do I, you know, start branching out my channel and, like, start trying to do other games and playing other games? And I decided to start playing other games and doing other content. I never completely abandoned GTA Online. I still do content for it. I still do guides from time to time. I cover the DLCs when they come out. But, like, I don't do it as often as I used to do it. But, unfortunately, and this happens to, like, every channel out there, is when you have a YouTube channel that's just dedicated to just one type of content, like a game like GTA, for example, and that YouTuber tries to branch out and they try to do other things, unfortunately, you will have tons of people that will complain, they will make a scene, they will leave nasty comments, they'll be very rude to the YouTuber, you know, you will basically have stuff like that happening, because a lot of the people, they think that they have the right to dictate to the YouTuber what the YouTuber can and can't do, and I never understood that logic, why people think that. Because, like, I have no problem with people, like, you know, giving me suggestions, like, you know, saying, like, oh, Professional, can you please play this game, or Professional, can you please, you know, make a lore video on that? I have no issue with that. But it's like, when people, like, come to my channel and they say, like, oh, you know, you better play GTA Online, and if you play any other game, you play Ace Attorney or something else, I'm gonna unsubscribe from you, like, screw you, Professional, I don't like this game. Like, you know, if I see stuff like that, I'm like, you know, okay, go ahead, unsubscribe. Like, at that point, I'm just basically thinking to myself, because it's like, you know, if you don't like some of the games that I play, you know, okay, that's fine. I understand. Not everybody likes every game that I play. But it's one thing if you show up to, like, another one of my videos, you harass people that are enjoying the content, and you just complain and say, like, oh, I hate this game, play GTA, or unsubscribing. Like, you know, I see comments like that, it personally just irritates me so much. But thankfully, though, I haven't had situations like that happen in, like, years. In years, I haven't had situations like that happen, thankfully. Because when I started transitioning my channel to different content, I had, like, people that did that. Like, they would just come into, like, the videos. Like, if I was playing any other game besides GTA Online, they would just come in the comment section, and they would just leave a bunch of really angry comments, and they would just get pissed, and they would just, it was just the comment section got really toxic. Neon and other in real life streamers are awful people. I don't even know who those people are, Mr. Waifu. I don't watch a lot of streamers, but thank you for the super chat. Do you get copyright claimed by Nickelodeon for using SpongeBob clips in your intros? Sometimes, and I have to trim the clip a little bit, but it doesn't really happen much, Sean. But I will tell you though, yeah, and the most toxic comment I think I've ever seen is I had a toxic comment on one of my Battlefield 1 streams, like, years ago, and this is, like, before I turned on the filter, because I used to have a filter. I didn't have the filter on at one point, and so people could just basically write whatever they wanted in the chat. And so what happened is I played, like, a bunch of GTA Online. I did a bunch of GTA Online streams, did a bunch of GTA Online videos, and, like, and this is, like, in 2017, like, when my channel first started taking off, and I had, like, 200 viewers on every single, like, GTA Online stream. This is, like, when my channel first started picking up. And what happened is, I did GTA Online for, like, a couple weeks, and I was getting, like, so much views. But the second I tried to stream, like, Battlefield 1, I only had like 10 viewers watching versus like 200 on like GTA Online, and I was thinking like, what is there something wrong? Like, did people not get a notification for the Battlefield 1 content or something like that? And then I realized that it's like most people just weren't interested in the Battlefield 1 content, which is okay, whatever. People have their interests. But then what happened is what really hurt me at that point is it wasn't even the fact that my Battlefield 1 streams had gotten such less views than my GTA Online streams, but it was the fact that the 10 people that were there on the Battlefield 1 stream weren't even interested in Battlefield 1 gameplay. They were just there to ask me when my next GTA Online video was. And that kind of hurt me because it was like that people were just caring about just GTA Online and they didn't want to give anything else a chance that I was like playing. And I had this one guy who came into chat, and I'll never forget this. The guy came into chat and he wrote, "I subscribe to this channel for GTA, not Battlefield BS. You know, play GTA right effing now or I'm gonna effing unsubscribe." Like, and that's like one of the most toxic comments I've ever seen on my channel. And I was like, seriously, dude, like what? I honestly could not believe that somebody would get that angry just because I was playing like a different game. Like one day I wasn't playing GTA and I was just playing Battlefield 1. I can't believe that somebody would get that pissed over that and just curse me out over that. It's like, that guy had issues. That's just what I'll say about that. Here. It's your channel, do whatever you want. Yeah, and honestly, it's like, you know, I think that every YouTuber should follow their heart and do whatever content they want to do, and like, don't let people pressure you into what you can and can't do.
Hey there.
People are so loyal to GTA 5 because of the sunk cost fallacy. They spend so much on the game already, it has to be the best. So are you saying that people spend so much time on GTA Online that they have convinced themselves that there is no better game than it?
Dude, seriously?
Yeah, and that's the thing about that is the problem is people don't know how to not watch that content. So like there are people out there like if like my Ace Attorney videos, for example, like my Ace Attorney playthroughs, like that series is way less popular than the LA Noire series. It's even less popular than the Fallout 3 series. Like the Fallout 3 series gets double the amount of views that the Ace Attorney series gets. But I don't take that personally. It's just people have their, you know, their likes and their dislikes, and I guess people just don't find Ace Attorney as interesting. But me personally, I love Ace Attorney, and it's a game that I just love playing through, and I have so much fun. That's why I did like over 30 parts on it, because it's just so much fun for me. But anyways, is the problem, what I'm saying is that there are people out there that, they don't know basically how to react when there's a YouTuber that is doing other games. And so they basically will get all pissed off, they'll come in the comment section, and they will basically cause a scene, and they'll get all pissed. Yeah, but anyways, I'll tell you guys a story, and I think the problem with this, I think that the biggest problem that a lot of people have when they watch YouTube is that people are not willing to give anything another chance. That's what I think it is people aren't willing to give other things a chance. And it doesn't just apply to YouTube, it just applies to so many things in general. So people are just doing the same thing over and over again. They're not willing to give other things a chance. And I remember that, like, in 2019, I did a series on Sniper Elite V2 Remastered. And Sniper Elite V2 was actually a series that I used to play back in the day. I was really good at Sniper Elite V2, really good. I was actually one of the top people in the leaderboard. I think I was in the top 100 on the game. So I used to be really good back in the day. And what happened is, I was doing this series on Sniper Elite V2, and I was still uploading like a GTA Online video every Saturday, doing a GTA Online stream every Sunday, but I decided to do just a Sniper Elite V2 playthrough in between. And there was this one guy that like came in the comment section, and the one guy who came in the comment section, he was just he was making like a big deal out of it, and he was saying like, I don't want to see this game in my notifications. If I see Sniper Elite, you know, come up in my notifications again, you know, I'm gonna unsubscribe. I don't want to watch this, you know, stuff like this. I just want to watch GTA. And at that point, basically what I said to the guy is because I used to suck up to those people, like the people that would just tell me like, don't play this game, play GTA. And there was like games that I gave up on in the past because I got pressured by people. I got pressured by people who were just basically telling me like, you know, don't play this game, you know, play GTA Online. And so I was getting pressured by these people, but at that point I basically decided to take a stand, and I said I'm not going to get pressured by this guy. And I wasn't like rude to him, I wasn't like nasty to him. and I said to him straight up that, look, you know, I don't want to see anyone go, but if you if it's getting you so pissed off that there's Sniper Elite content, like, you know, coming up on my channel, then you might want to unsubscribe. I'm still doing the same amount of GTA content that I do beforehand, and, you know, I hate to see anybody go, but I'm not going to be told, you know, what game I can and can't play on my channel. And so if you feel the need to unsubscribe, then go ahead. And you know what that guy replied to me with? He got, like, really defensive. Like, when I told him, like, if you don't like it, you know, then I guess, you know, your only option is to unsubscribe. I wasn't, like, being rude to him, but I told him straight up, is like, you know, I'm not gonna be bullied, I'm not gonna be told, like, you know, what game I can and can't play. And he replied to me, and he got really defensive, and he said to me, but I've been a subscriber for, like, years. Like, just saying that all of a sudden, like, to me. And, like, he was the one who came into the channel in the first place, just making demands and saying, if you don't stop playing this game, I'm gonna unsubscribe. And I told him, like, you know, straight up that, you know, I'm not gonna be told what I can and can't do. If you get so pissed off, then I guess unsubscribe. That I'm playing, like, a different game. But he got, like, he was saying, oh, I've been subscribed for, like, years and stuff like that. It's like, okay, you know, I get that, I appreciate the support, but I'm not gonna be, like, you know, told, you know, what I can and can't play. It's my channel, and I decide what game I want to play on my channel when I want to play it. And he, and at that point, what happened was I checked the comments, like, a couple hours later. He deleted all of his comments, like, a couple hours later. And then, like, a week later, I uploaded, like, my next part of Sniper Elite V2, and that same guy who basically told me he's gonna unsubscribe, he commented on that again. And he basically, he's like, oh, you're good at this game. It's like, when are you gonna upload the next part? And I told him, I'm like, didn't you threaten to unsubscribe from me, like, a week ago? Like, you know, and now you said you didn't like this game, and now you're asking for, like, another part. And then he replies to me, and he says to me, yeah, well, I didn't give the game a chance. I wasn't, like, watching any of the parts, but I decided to start watching them, and it's actually pretty fun, and I love the headshots and the kill cams and all the other stuff he was talking about. And, like, at that point, I was basically thinking to myself like this. Like, I was thinking to myself, like, it's like, my god, dude, if you would have just sat down and actually given the game a chance, you might have actually liked it. But the problem is, there's people out there that have, like, a massive bias, and so they'll see something like Sniper Elite or something, and they'll think, like, oh, it's not GTA, so therefore it sucks. And so they have that attitude, unfortunately. But like I said, there'd be a lot less of these people complaining if they actually would get, if they actually would give other things a chance. Okay, here we go. Emma is the king of hell in Japan mythology. He judges you on your crimes in the afterlife, on whether you should go to heaven or hell, huh? Okay, let's get over here. Got 2 more drops to make. Oh, I missed the super chat. I apologize. Let me see here. My favorite Just Cause game, Just Cause 3 probably, and then Just Cause 2. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, DL Gaming. I didn't see your super chat. Does Dez remind you of the Pegarino, very full of himself, thinking he's the best racer in his hometown when in fact he's not respected by anybody? Yeah, but I would say is that, yeah, probably, possibly. Pegarino just thought that he was due respect. That's just it. But, you know, you earn respect over time. You're not just due respect with it. People respect you when they see what you can do. Who is the most evil Fallout 4 character? I don't know. I have to think about that one for a little bit. Lorenzo Cabot? Maybe. Maybe Lorenzo. Father was kind of evil, but I don't know if he's the most evil character.
Oh my god, no!
I would say that Father is probably the most dangerous character in Fallout 4. Yeah, I'd say Father is probably the most dangerous. I don't know if I would say he's the most evil character, but I would say he's the most dangerous character because Father I would say is probably the most dangerous form of evil out there. And one of the most dangerous forms of evil out there is people who have convinced themselves that they are doing the right thing. So there are evil people out there that they know they're doing bad things, but they just don't care. But then there's other evil people out there who have convinced themselves that they're doing right things and that their cause is just. And those are probably the most dangerous people that you can find out there, because in Father's eyes, he's not convinced that anything he's doing is evil. Like, he cannot be convinced that anything he's doing is bad. He just thinks, oh, it's for the good of the Institute, it's for, advancing humanity, everything like that. So as anything that happens along that way, any people that die along that way, any horrible experiments, he doesn't care, as long as it's benefiting the Institute. Can I play Mafia 3 Definitive Edition? Yes, I will play it one day. You got the notification. Yeah, I don't know why people aren't getting notifications. How did you react to the Sean Father reveal? Oh, I saw it coming. I saw it coming. I knew that he was gonna be his son. The second that fake Sean, the synth Sean, just powered down, I knew that the guy who stepped through was actually your son. And the reason I knew that was because when I was playing through the game the first time, and I was paying attention to the cutscene at the start, and the cutscene at the start, it shows that, like, when Kellogg, like, kills your wife or your husband and takes your child, afterwards it freezes again. And so you don't know how long it froze for. And so I was thinking, oh, he's possibly an adult. He's possibly a lot older than you actually think he is. And so I wasn't actually shocked by the whole father reveal in Fallout 4. I actually saw it coming. Which Nuka World gang is the most evil? That gang that likes torturing people, the one that Dixie is in.
We on? Okay.
I actually really like Nuka World. I don't know, like, why did people hate Nuka World so much? I don't know why people disliked it. Nuka World was my favorite DLC in Fallout 4. I liked it because you could actually run a raider gang. My only complaint about Nuka World is I wish that you could do more things, like with the raider gangs. Like, maybe you could have, like, 5 bodyguards with you, like 5 raiders to follow you around and stuff like that. Like, maybe, like, you could, but that DLC, like I said, could have had so much potential. Like, imagine if you could have used the raiders to basically, like, take over the Commonwealth, like, completely. Like, imagine if you could use the raiders to, like, as, like, a 5th faction, right? And you could use the raiders to destroy the Institute. You could use the raiders to destroy the railroad, the Brotherhood, like, all that other stuff. Like, the raiders would, like, shoot down the airship. Like, that DLC had just so much more potential. Like, they should have added it where, like, you could throw the raiders into the main quest and, like, have them take over, like, and kill the other factions. Can you do a New York accent? Sure, Rocket. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Or I could do hey, Ditch, what are we doing today? Nico, I'm gonna have to take a chance on you, pal. It's pathetic to see people who have hate in their heart and nothing else to do in life but harass other streamers who hate and racism. Yeah, I know, Fernando. I haven't been acknowledging that guy in chat. I've just been banning the accounts. But it's, I don't know why people are doing that. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, Gio asked if I can help him sell. Is Gio in the session?
Huh?
I think it's him, WRV. Hey Pro, can't believe it's been 10 months. Love your content. Thank you, I am Batman. Thanks, man. An updated version of the best and worst properties in GTA Online. Possibly. I could think of something like that to do. I was thinking about doing an updated hangar guide. That's what I wanted to focus on, though. What do you think of Belarus? You mean Belarus? That's how you would say it. But it's I actually have family that lives in Belarus. So I have like I have a few distant cousins that actually live in Belarus, and I know that my father speaks to them on Skype. But about Belarus is what I would say about Belarus is Belarus is a pretty brutal and authoritarian dictatorship. Is you can't say anything against critical of the government. Like, it's not like North Korea, but it's a pretty authoritarian government. I just never got around to a zombie fanatic. No, I never played Helldivers 2. Best communist country? Well, communism does not work. It's a disaster of a system. But if you're asking me, if you're asking me, which country would I rather live? If I had to? I hate communism, but if I had to choose a communist country to live in, what communist country would I choose to live in? That one's easy. Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia is the communist country that I would live in, and probably I would say the 70s in Yugoslavia. That's probably what. So that was it. Yugoslavia was had the highest living standards out of all the communist countries. Not trying to be rude when I say this, but you look kind of scary with those glasses. Oh, thank you. Hold R1. Thunder, hold R1 and you can just turn this really quickly, easily, the boat. Yeah, while you're using. By the way, the reason that Yugoslavia had higher living standards than even the Soviet Union is because Yugoslavia did not isolate itself from the rest of the world like the Soviet Union did. Yugoslavia traded with both the West and the East. It was neutral, and Yugoslavia allowed their citizens to leave. So citizens were allowed to freely travel. So if you wanted to like leave Yugoslavia, you could. The government wasn't going to stop you. It was a dictatorship, but the government did not restrict your travel, like a lot of other communist countries where the government would only let you visit other communist countries. So Yugoslavia exported cars and products to the West. And one of Yugoslavia's best products was actually the Yugo car. The Yugo car was not a great car, but it was an extremely affordable car. The Yugo was like a car that anybody could own. Thank you, Fernando. Look, Pat, ignore this toxic comment say to you. They have no compassion. They comment's gonna say, so what, it's a free country. I can curse whenever I want. You can't stop me. Look, Pat, ignore this toxic comment say to you. They have no compassion. They comment's gonna say, so what, it's a free country. I can... Well, I'm a bit confused what you mean, Agent Reaper, but thank you for the super chat. I've just, but what do you mean that that they're gonna say they can say whatever they want? What I will say is, you know, when people come into my chat, is I believe a lot in free speech. I'm a very big free speech guy. The only time I am going to ban people from my chat is if they are saying something racist, they have a racist avatar, or they're, you know, harassing somebody, or they're doing a scam. But other than that, you know, people can come into my chat and even call me an idiot. So, like, you can come into the chat and you can call me an idiot. I'm not going to ban you. You can insult me. You know, I'm not going to ban you. The point I start banning people is, like, when they're racist to me or they're racist to other people. That I have no toleration for. But, you know, people can come in the chat and insult me, and I won't even ban them for...
Okay, invoice paid, and we have...
No, I haven't seen Modern Warfare 3's original ending. I'm gonna go to bed early, early tonight. I have school tomorrow. See you later, Pro. You're my idol. Thank you, Sean. I don't know if this will be rude or offensive to you, but you know that your parents' hometown was part of the German Empire and it was called Allenstein. Is that something you know about? Yes, that was, that's something that happened a long time ago, but yes. That, and my parents are aware of that history, too. They say it's a free country. Just tell them it's not a rent-free country. Oh, man. Could the Brotherhood have beaten the Enclave without Lone Wanderer's help? Probably not. Do I think authoritarianism in Belarus is similar to Russia? I think Belarus is actually even more authoritarian than Russia is. But you know what I will say about what I'll say about Lukashenko, the dictator of Belarus. He's really weird. You know, he's a horrible person, but he's different than a lot of other dictators. So even though he's an evil guy, the reason that I say that he's a he's very different than the vast majority of the dictators in the world. Do you know why he's different? It's because he does one simple thing that's different than most other dictators. Lukashenko admits that he's a dictator. So if you interview Lukashenko, if you ask him, "Are you the dictator of Belarus?" he'll say, "Yes, I'm a dictator." So he will not shy away from that. He will not, like, you know, try to, like, you know, do whataboutism, or he'll try to, like, you know, ignore the question. Because the thing about this is, the vast majority of dictators, a lot of people don't know this, but the vast majority of dictators in the world actually do not call themselves dictators. They don't. So the vast majority of dictators in the world, if you actually ask them, "Are you a dictator?" they'll say, "No, I'm the elected leader of the country. I'm the president," even though they're clearly a dictator. So the vast majority of dictators in the world do not admit that they are dictators. But Lukashenko, on that hand, he actually admits that he's a dictator, and that's something I've never seen any other dictator do. I've never seen any dictator do that, where they've admitted that they're a dictator. Kim Jong-un does not claim to be a dictator, even though he clearly is. Kim Jong-un claims to be the supreme leader of North Korea and the general secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea. Putin, if you ask Putin if he's the dictator of Russia, he'll say no. He says he's the president and elected leader of the Russian Federation. If you ask Xi Jinping if he's the dictator, he'll say no, he's the president of China. So, like, a lot of these dictators around the world, they will just say constantly that they're presidents, they're elected leaders. But Lukashenko, on the other hand, is like that one dictator that I've seen where he actually admits that he's a dictator. So that's what I say strange about him, because no other dictator does that, where they admit that they're a dictator. Oh, and Assad also does that in Syria. He also says that he's an elected leader too. So it's Oh, I missed some super chats. I'm sorry. Let me see here. Thank you, Chris Jackson. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, are you able to speak like a drill sergeant? I'm sorry I didn't see your super chat earlier, Batman. I don't know. I don't think I can. I'm trying to think of something that a drill sergeant would even say. Let's go, Marines! On the move it now! Like, I just, like, I can't do it. I don't think I can do, like a drill sergeant. Yeah, I try to, I don't think I can. That's just not me. I'm not that type of person to, like, scream and yell and, like, try to do an accent. I just can't do it. Would you say the Civil War is the darkest time in American history? Yes, the Civil War is the worst time period in American history, 100%. People think the Great Depression is the worst time period. No, I would say the Civil War is the worst time period in American history. What a lot of people don't know about the Civil War is they don't know how much destruction that war had caused. Here's something crazy that people don't know. If you take all the Americans, we're talking American soldiers specifically. If you take all the Americans that died in World War I, all the Americans that died in World War II, and all the Americans that died in Vietnam, more Americans died in the Civil War than in World War I, World War II, and Vietnam combined. That's how many Americans died in the Civil War. So literally, the Civil War is the worst war in American history and is the worst time period in American history. That's not TGG. Would I visit Belarus? To visit my distant family, maybe one day. But only if it's not a psycho regime anymore. That's it. Because here's the thing about this. if you're not an American and you visit Belarus, nothing bad is probably gonna happen. So like if you're an American and you visit Belarus, it is a dictatorship. But if you just visit the country just as a tourist, nothing bad is probably gonna happen to you if you're not an American. However, if you are an American, the chances of something bad happening to you skyrocket. Like it just goes up much higher. And the reason for that, and it's also for Russia, is that if you're an American who visits Belarus or Russia, is they will find the authorities in those countries will try to find something stupid to arrest you on. And they will try to find something stupid to arrest you on, throw you in jail, and then what they'll try to do is they'll try to use you as a bargaining chip to basically release people that for example, the U.S. is holding in prisons. So that's what I would say is it's a terrible idea to visit those countries, right? Especially in this time period right now. Spoiler alert. L.A. Noir, Roy is the main antagonist. Well, I don't remember who Roy is. Agent Reaper, thank you for the super chat. But I remember the characters by their faces. I played the game last time like 10 years ago, so you have family in Belarus? Yes, like distant cousins. Like I've never really talked to them. My father has talked to them before. So like my father has like distant relatives that live in Belarus, but I don't have anybody that I know personally that lives in Belarus. So my father from his family, but Joe Peglin Morgan was a white man of Croatian descent. He became one of the founders of the Mexican Mafia in LA, yet Italian Mafia. He must be Italiano. Wait, what? I never heard of this guy. Thank you, Untouchable Raider. Thank you for the super chat. No, I'm not Belarusian. Not at all, even though I have some distant family there. Basically is the people that live in Belarus that are from like my distant family, they are basically Poles that lived in Belarus. There are actually Poles that actually live in Belarus. There's not a lot of them, but there actually are. So like if I talk to like my distant family members that like live in Belarus, they'll probably say they identify as Belarusian. But like I'm personally not Belarusian. Like their family has just lived in Belarus for just such a long time, but they're descended from Poles. Got Menendez. You miss your childhood? Sometimes. I mean, sometimes. Some parts of my childhood I miss, sometimes, some parts I don't. Yes, I have, General's Alert. Probably you should look into gangsters from the West Coast. Okay. I am not married. I don't know where you are hearing that from. Pro, didn't he ban the Belarusian language in Belarus? I don't know. I don't know about that, so I don't know. I can't answer that question. What I will say is that like, you know one of the stupidest things I've ever seen before. If anybody ever knows, like, there's this media. Oh crap! There's this media called RT, Russia Today, and basically one of the stupidest like stories I've ever seen from RT is it was like a number of years ago. It was Lukashenko. So like I said, Lukashenko is a dictator. He's a bad guy. I'm not defending him, but there was like Lukashenko, when he gave his speeches, he would typically give his speeches in Russian. And one time, he did a speech in Belarusian. So he spoke the Belarusian language instead of doing his speech in the Russian language. And, like, RT, Russia Today, was just complaining about it. Like, they were just pissed off about it, and they were just complaining about it. And they were just, like, saying that it's offending, like, Russians, and that it's not nice towards Russians and all this stuff. And it's like, that's one of the stupidest things that I think I've ever heard. Russia Today complaining that the leader of Belarus is doing a speech in Belarusian. That is honestly one of the stupidest things that I think I've ever heard, like, a media say. That's one of the stupidest things. So, you know, Lukashenko, he's a scumbag. You know, he's a horrible person. But I'm just the thing that I'm just saying is, it's one of the stupidest things ever. I saw, like, a media that was, like, complaining that he was speaking Belarusian in Belarus. It's, like, one of the stupidest things I think I've ever heard. That's so ridiculous. Let's see here. Have FDR and Teddy Roosevelt interacted? I don't know if they ever did. Okay, who else needs help? Is a drill sergeant like that teacher who said that he could happily fail everyone in your class at college? I don't know. The point, I've never been in the military, but as far as I know, a drill sergeant is there to kind of like break you down and then build you back up into like a stronger soldier. That's basically the whole purpose of them. They're not there to basically just destroy you, but they're basically there to just you know, change you, you know, get you ready for military service. Because, you know, if you don't know what to do in the military, you're gonna get yourself killed and you're gonna get your squad killed. And so drill sergeants are necessary. You know, people might think that they're, you know, that they're a-holes, but they're necessary. They're there to, you know, yeah. Calvin Coolidge, the president that was in the 1920s, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, they don't want you to be soft, but I think that, oh, did I just join the, what just happened? What did I just join? I think that drill sergeant that was in, that drill sergeant that was in Full Metal Jacket, like I saw the movie like a long time ago. Like that drill sergeant, I think that he did go a bit too far though, because I think the worst thing that drill sergeant did is when he talked about like Lee Harvey Oswald. He talked about like that clock tower shooter in Austin. And so he was basically like just bringing up like mass shooters, like mass murderers, and he was basically like telling his soldiers that he's like, I want you to be like them. And like that's like, I think that was like crossing a line, and I think that was like going way too far. Like when he did that scene in Full Metal Jacket, that was you know, I don't know why he would try to encourage his soldiers to be like mass murderers like those guys. Like you think that he would like choose like a heroic soldier from like World War II, maybe somebody like John Basilone, like in he's like an American, you know, Pacific War hero. You know, he used like a Browning machine gun and he took down an entire bonsai charge by himself. So you think that'd be somebody like he would tell people to like look up to, not like you know, mass murderers that like, you know, killed innocent people. Does anybody know what scene I'm talking about in the movie? There's like a scene in Full Metal Jacket when the drill sergeant will basically is like telling them about like the soldiers about mass murderers and how he wants them to be like them. Yeah, I know it was the movie was in the 60s, but it was but still that was crossing a line, that's what I'll say. If I watch Amish Mafia, if you watch the episode, if you like Mafia, just like Sopranos, Amish Mafia? I didn't even know that there was an Amish Mafia out there. Thank you, Agent Reaper, for the super chat. Who do I think is the worst non-recent U.S. president? Well, I'm not really gonna talk about politics. I'd stay away from that stuff. He was saying what a motivated Marine could do with a rifle, and then it cuts to Pyle, who was being driven insane by an instructor. But here's the thing is why the hell would you bring up like mass murderers as like somebody like you know, like I said, he could have used John Basilone as an example. John Basilone was a Marine on Guadalcanal who he took down an entire bonsai charge by himself. So imagine one guy took down an entire bonsai charge by himself. I don't know like why that drill sergeant couldn't have used him as like an example instead of like using somebody that was like sitting in a clock tower and just sniping innocent people. So that was like that was like the worst examples to use. Can I speak Polish? Yes, I can. Is there any chance of collaborating with Fernando on getting GTA 6 early? But I did get GTA 6 early. Remember my video from a month ago? Oh, man. Yeah. Okay. Remember what I said, guys. I actually played through the story on GTA 6, and I can tell you guys what the story is gonna be and what's gonna happen. Okay, but I'm just warning you guys from these spoilers here. So, basically, the story is here's basically what happens, and I'll just answer the super chats in just one moment here, guys. But here, this is the story in GTA 6. Everybody ready? Okay, because I'm gonna say massive spoilers. So the story in GTA 6 is that the start of the game actually starts in Sandy Shores instead of in Leonida. And what happens is that there's like a sandstorm, like a really bad sandstorm, and you're playing as like Lucia and Jason. And what happens is Trevor actually saves Lucia and Jason during the sandstorm and like takes them back to their meth lab. And basically what happens is that when he takes him back to the meth lab, Chef is walking across the room, and Chef is like, oh, this is, I'm Chef, this is my boss Trevor, like, we run a meth lab here, we got an operation up the hill, we got a settlement up there, you guys should come up and resupply with us. And then what happens is Lucia takes a shotgun, she shoots Trevor in the leg, she then tourniquets Trevor, and then what happens is Michael and Franklin are then looking for Trevor. And what happens is Michael and Franklin walk in, they get knocked out. In that meantime, Lucia takes the golf club and just basically smashes Trevor's head in and kills him with it. And you find out later on, the reason that Lucia killed Trevor was because she was the daughter of one of the random biker NPCs that Trevor killed in GTA 5, and so she wanted revenge. Then she goes back to Nita, she spares Franklin and Michael. Then Franklin and Michael travel across the country trying to find her and to get revenge for Trevor. And what happens is, in the meantime, while you're playing as Jason and Lucia actually have to pay their student loans off. And so they're living in an apartment, they're trying to make rent, and so they basically form like a criminal empire to pay off their student loans. And they worry about their carbon emissions, and so they also go to protest where they're protesting climate change, and there's like an activity on that. And then what ends up happening is eventually, like, Michael and Franklin end up confronting Lucia. They actually kill Jason in the fight. Jason actually gets sniped in the face. And what ends up happening after that is Lucia ambushes Michael and Franklin. And then what she does is she actually, she shoots Michael in the face. Michael actually loses his eye, but he ends up surviving. And then the game fast forwards like a couple of years later, and then like Michael finds Franklin and tells him like I've got a map, I know where Lucia is, like we gotta go find her. And then like Franklin doesn't agree at first, but then decides to go after Lucia. And then like Franklin and Lucia get into a fight. Lucia like bites off his fingers, and then like Franklin realizes that revenge is wrong and doesn't kill her. So that's like the plot of GTA 6. That's like the story in the game. It's like, and for the people that are complaining that story is stupid, you don't understand. It's about breaking the cycle of revenge. It's about breaking the cycle of revenge, and it's also made for a modern audience. It's made for a modern audience, and the people that complain about that, they're just ignorant. They don't understand. It's meant to be for a modern audience. It's about paying off student loans, and it's about paying student loans and protesting carbon emissions. It's meant for a modern audience. Okay, let me see, here, yeah, I watched Full Metal Jacket. The sergeant, he died a couple years ago. Yes, he did, Gunny. He did die, he died a couple years ago. I do remember that. He was a great actor, too. And I used to watch him on the, History Channel, too. You should play Dead to Rights one day. It's like Siphon Filter and Max Payne together. Just an idea for one of your playthroughs. I'll look into it. I will, Chrysler. Yes, Full Metal Jacket. He was an actual drill sergeant. His name was Ernie. He wanted his Marines unafraid to kill. He was a bastard about it, but that was the Vietnam era. Yep. Thank you, Batman, for the super chat. I would definitely play your version, Pat. Thank you, Manix. So what did you guys think of the story in GTA 6 that I explained with, like, Lucia killing Trevor because her father was one of the random biker NPCs that Trevor killed? And then, like, Jason and Lucia are trying to make rent, to try to pay off their rent and their student loans. Oh, why? What's wrong? What's wrong with his channel? Something, Analyze. You mentioned in a previous stream that Roman's death is sadder than Arthur, but I highly disagree because Arthur tried to become a good, honorable man before his death, which is very beautiful. Arthur is the main character, he's the guy that we play as, but you have to also understand it, Chrysler, that Roman was an innocent person. He didn't do anything wrong, and yet he was the victim of that. Arthur did some bad things in his life, and he ended up paying for it in the end. But Roman didn't really do anything wrong. So, and that's the thing, Roman was just an innocent bystander that was just killed. That's what was horrible about that ending. Oh, is there, why is that? Something Analyzed, but I don't talk about other people's channels. I wish him well, I hope everything's good. Roman had a gambling problem, sure, but he wasn't a criminal. He wasn't like, involved with all those bad people like Nico was. He was just an innocent man that was just going to get, you know, to get married on his happiest day of his life, and he was cut down. Was there a tank there? How can you forget the moment where Lucia is acting in a sitcom for a mob boss that wants to be her friend, and Jason gets saved by a cat? Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Roman associated with Loan Shark, sure, but he wasn't an actual criminal. He borrowed money, but like the point that I'm getting at is he wasn't like a gangster. He was like an innocent man. No, I never did, Martin. Hope you're having a great day, Pro. Would you ever update all of your top 5 videos in the future? Maybe one day, but I don't want to seem like I'm milking the same content, so that's why I tend to avoid it. Thank you, DHC. Honestly, has anybody else who has seen Full Metal Jacket, do you guys think that it was the drill sergeant's fault that that Private Pyle snapped? Do you think that he pushed Pyle too far? What do you think about that? Because that's something that I know people have been debating about for like a very long time, for like decades. People have argued about that since that movie first started, about whether the drill sergeant pushed him too far. You think it was his squad mates? What do you think about European drill sergeants being calm in comparison to American? I don't know. I have to. I would have to look up a video of European drill sergeants. What country specifically? And thank you, Fernando. Thank you, Fernando, for dealing with that in the chat. I appreciate it. Well, let me look at the comments here. What were people saying? Was it the drill sergeant's fault? What happened to Pyle? A few people are saying yes, most definitely. No, the guy's just a baby. They beat Pyle with the socks. Well, stuff like that was unfortunate. It did happen. But... You know, the thing I never understood about the drill sergeant in the movie is the thing about that is that guy, all he basically understood was just yelling and nothing else. Like, I know that drill sergeants are supposed to be strict, but he had a soldier who was clearly mentally unstable, who had, like, you know, severe issues, and a soldier who had a loaded rifle. Instead of trying to reason with him and telling him to calm down, he thought that it was a good idea to insult him and call him an idiot and just get shot for it. It's like, what? Like honestly, I don't know how he was so stupid in the final, like, in that final scene. Like, he could have diffused that situation just by, like, you know, you got an unstable guy who has a loaded rifle, and, you know, you just decide to just call him an idiot and insult him to his face, and you get shot for it. That's just, He insulted Pyle even when at gunpoint. He's an idiot. Yeah, that was a stupid thing to do. The thing about that is that if as unstable as Private Pyle was, maybe it was the best thing in Full Metal Jacket that he died there. Because if Private Pyle had been sent to Vietnam, I could picture him murdering civilians. Like, I could picture him doing that. So, like, he was just so unstable at that point that I could see him doing that. So, more people, innocent people, would have probably died if he got sent to Vietnam. So, he, it was probably, as horrible as that situation was, probably was better that it ended there for him than him getting sent to Vietnam. Oh, sorry. No, I haven't something analyze. Oh, you were talking about presidents from like 100 years ago. I'll look at the super chats. I'm sorry. Missed the chat. I'm sorry, Agent Reaper. Let me see. I'm sorry, everyone. Sometimes I just talk a lot, but I'll eventually come back to your super chat. So I'm just sorry. Roman should have cut contact with Nico since he knows all about the crimes Nico committed, and he knew Nico was involved in multiple crime families. Well, the thing about that is that Roman was going to be a target regardless of whether he cut ties with Nico, because Dimitri knew who he was. So he was always going to be a target, no matter what. Hope you're not trolling this Lucia killed Trevor Michael Franklin, because to me it's like assuming if Rockstar ruined it. I'm not playing my favorite character, Franklin. No, it's a troll, dude. Don't worry about it. It's a joke. It's what I was basically making fun of when I was making fun of like GTA 6's story, like the story I made up. I was making fun of The Last of Us 2 and Saints Row. That's what I was making fun of. Your GTA 3 Claude lore video is one of the best on your channel. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Thank you, dude. Thanks, man. Oh, $50 super chat from I Am Batman. Largest super chat today. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Give a special shout out here, everyone, to I Am Batman. Thanks, Batman. Drill sergeants yell because artillery fire and gunshots during war are very loud. If you want a good example, watch Black Hawk Down. Colonel McKnight, played by the late Tom Sizemore, who played Sonny in Vice City, demonstrated this very well. I actually saw that movie a long time ago. I remember that movie. It was when the helicopter got shot down and everyone died on the helicopter, but they still wanted to retrieve the bodies. And then when they went back, they got ambushed by like the Somalian militia. That's the movie, right? I think that's the right one, right? That's yeah, that was that's the thing about this is I don't know, like, you know, I get it. I understand why the military wanted to do that. They wanted to retrieve the body so that they could give the soldiers a proper burial. I understand that. But it was like, it's like if you go back in that area, you're putting more lives at risk. Like, if I died in combat, I wouldn't want somebody risking their life going back for my body. Like, you know, that's just, it's just, that's, so it was just, I just think it was just a bad idea to go back for those bodies, because that was just gonna, they were just gonna get ambushed and more people were gonna end up dying. Do you have any more group project stories? No, I don't. Thank you, Batman, for that super chat. Playboy X is a coward, 100%, yeah. He's a scumbag. How you doing? I'm doing good. Worst drug to affect low-income neighborhoods, crack. In the 90s, crack, I would say, is the one. Today it's fentanyl, but back then, back in the day, it was crack.
Okay.
But you could probably make the argument that fentanyl is even worse than crack at its height. So that's, fentanyl is just so dangerous today. Have you ever had to deal with loud or rude neighbors? Trying to think. I've dealt with rude neighbors, not with loud neighbors, though, before. Well, thank you, Own Titan. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know why people are, like, you know, doing that in the chat. Thank you, Fernando, for monitoring the chat. I really appreciate it, Fernando. You're awesome. But it's, yeah, about the rude neighbors. I'll tell you guys this. I had this, I had these neighbors that were, like, on my left side, and this is near my parents' house in New York. And the people that are on the left side of us, the left house, they're kind of nice people. You know, we've never had issues with them before. You know, they said hi at times. We've never been close to them, but they've never really caused problems. The one thing that did get me a bit annoyed is when I was visiting my parents in the winter. So last winter I was visiting my parents. We had a really bad snowstorm in New York, pretty big one. And what happened was my parents' driveway was like completely covered with snow. I shoveled my entire parents' driveway, and I shoveled a sidewalk. But then what I did was I decided to go over to like my neighbor's sidewalk and my neighbor's driveway, and I shoveled that for her. And because her husband passed away like a couple of years ago, and I wanted to help her out, wanted to do the right thing. I didn't like go on her property like just there, but I just shoveled like the whole sidewalk to her property. I shoveled that, and I also shoveled the front of her driveway. So I took care of that, and I spent probably like this was a long sidewalk, by the way. So this is and the driveway too, like the whole thing was covered in snow. So I spent probably like an extra hour outside in that. And what happened is she had to have seen me. There's no way she didn't see me. I was pretty loud with the shovel. There's no way she didn't see me. I knew that she was home. The cars were there. I saw lights in the house. So I highly doubt that she didn't see me. But she didn't even acknowledge me. She didn't even, she didn't come by the house later and like thank me or anything like that. She had to have known that it was me. Like there's no way that she didn't know that I did that. I don't regret doing that, by the way. For people wondering, do I regret? No, I don't, because it was the right thing to do. I wanted to help her out. But I did get a bit annoyed that she never like thanked me for that. That she never even acknowledged me for that. I'm not looking for money. I don't want money or anything like that. But just a simple thank you. That would have been all. But that was that got me a little annoyed, and so that was just it. But the people that were on the right side of me, the people that are on the right side of my parents' house, those people, they were a bit rude. Basically, what happened with them is that the wife and the daughter that lived next door were always very nice. They were very chill. I never had any problems with them. The husband, on the other hand, the husband was a scumbag. They were like the husband, well, the husband didn't really do anything like ever bad to us, but it was like when the wife would come home from work, right, and I saw her like pull up in the driveway, I'd say hello, how you doing, and she'd say hi, how you doing, and she would just walk in the house. When the husband came home from work and I said hey, how you doing, you know what he would do is he would just get out of his house and he would just stare at me like this and just like walk into his house, and it was like I'm like what the hell, dude, like that. So it was like just that kind of just response, and he did that like a few times where I said hello and he would just stare at me and just walk in the house, and at that point stopped saying hello. I just said screw it, like there's not even like saying anything to this guy. And what another thing I'll say about that husband, the really creepy thing about him, is he would spy on me constantly, because in my parents' backyard, I have a target for a crossbow. I have a crossbow that I like shooting a lot of times, and in my area, it was legal to shoot a crossbow in the backyard. So I would just shoot my crossbow at my target in the backyard a lot of times, and he would be on the second floor in his house, and he would just be staring at me, like just standing in the window, just staring. It was just like so awkward. Like it was just like staring like that. It was like really awkward. I think he didn't like me. I just don't think he liked me. And so that was like I don't know what his problem was. Like if he had a problem, he should just come and talk to me. So I don't know what the issue was. I don't know why he was like that. But I will say though, the craziest thing that happened is that one day when when both of the parents were not home, their daughter overdosed on something. I don't know what she was on, what drugs or whatever it was, but she fell down flat in her front lawn. So her front lawn, she fell down flat. She was just down. My dad saw that. My dad raced over there. My dad, I don't know what my dad was doing, if he did CPR or what he did, I don't remember. My dad was, trying to basically keep her from dying. He stayed with her. He called 911. He called the ambulance. She got taken to the hospital. She ended up surviving, by the way, so she didn't die. And again, I don't know what drug she was on. I don't know what it was. The only thing I know, she just really fell in, just completely passed out, fell right on the lawn. What happened is, after that situation happened, the wife actually came by the house and thanked my dad for, looking out for her and calling 911 and calling an ambulance. Husband never came by, never said thank you, nothing. And so, that guy, like I say, there's some serious issues there. There's that guy, has some serious problems. I don't know what her relationship with her father is, that girl, but I never liked her father. I never liked that guy. It's just, I never, he was always a creepy guy. He was always rude. And so I never really liked him much. As for here in the Midwest, here that I moved to, I have had no issues whatsoever with the people that live around me, like the other apartments. I don't even know them, so I don't really have any issue with them. We've never had any problems. The thing I will say though is I have had issues with other people at the apartment complex. Not my neighbors, but other people that I ran into at the apartment complex. There is, and the thing about this is you guys are not going to believe me, because this is something this story is just so ridiculous. It sounds like something from a comedy or something, because of how stupid it is. But basically, there's a gym at my apartment complex, and I usually go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week. And there's this one machine. It's a lat pull. You sit down and you just pull you pull down the weights. And what happened is there's a leg rest. You adjust the leg rest so that you can adjust, your correct positioning. So when you're not, the thing isn't constantly pulling you up, because when you're using the lat pull, so you don't get pulled all the way up. And there's this one guy. He's buff. He's on steroids or something. And what the guy does is he tightens the knob so much, and this knob is not even part of the machine to work out on. All the knob is just to tighten the leg rest, to adjust the leg rest. That's all it is, not even part of the workout. And so he tightens the knob so much that you can't unlock it. I take both of my hands and I'm trying to unlock the machine so I can use it. I can't, because he just tightened the knob just so much. And I'm like, this guy's got to be doing this on purpose. There's no way in hell that this is this is an accident, because nobody can tighten a knob that much on purpose. But by accident. But basically, what happened is there are people at the gym that are even bigger than me, and I asked them, I'm like, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you open this machine up so I can use this? And I had this one guy once who was bigger than me tell me, oh, I'm not even gonna bother. I can't even open it. When I tried to, so this guy was much bigger than me, couldn't even open it. And he basically said to me that the guy who does it is basically he's on a power trip. And every single time he tightens the knob, when people cannot use the machine, he laughs at them. So the guy will tighten the knob so much that people can't use the machine, and then he'll laugh at them. So it's some steroid power tripping that this guy is going on here. It's frustrating. It's annoying. The staff at the apartment complex even put up a sign which said, "Do not over tighten the knob," but the guy still kept doing it. And what happened now is the leg rest, the knob has been taken off. The knob is gone. I don't know if the knob was stolen or what happened to the knob, but now the leg rest is just in the default position. So I can still work out on that. It's a little bit annoying, but it's in the default position now. And I think it's because the guy just kept doing it, and the apartment people said, that's it, we're just gonna take the knob away, because it's getting really annoying. Because he would just lock the machine and just laugh at people when they couldn't work out on it, and it was just getting really annoying. But honestly, if I was in that gym, I tell the guy, that I tell him he's a scumbag. I would tell him that. I don't care if the guy's bigger than me. I probably wouldn't do it if I was alone in the gym. But if there was other people there, I would basically tell them, dude, why are you being a scumbag? Just open up the machine so we can work out. It's that's just it. It's not everyone's as big as strong as you, sure, but you don't gotta be an a-hole about it. That's just it. But that's what people are like. Some people are like that, unfortunately, at the gym. There's people on power trips. But I will say I will say the most annoying people that I think I've ever seen at my apartment complex is there was this old woman that I met at the gym once, and basically she asked me for help with her computer. Her computer had like a virus, you know, had some issues, and not only that, but her computer, she had like some pictures on her phone that she wanted to put on her computer, and she asked me if like I could help her out with it, and I said sure. And so like I came over to help her. She was on the other side of the apartment complex from me, and she's on the 4th floor. And the 4th floor is kind of like the richer floors where the rich people typically live on, because the 4th floor has like an electric fireplace, it has like granite like countertops, and it has like the fancier carpet. I live on the 3rd floor, which is like the more middle class floor, and the bottom floor and the 1st and 2nd floor kind of like the working class floor. So like each unit is like a bit different, each floor's units. But anyways, about it is I visited her, and when I was actually on that floor, one thing that I noticed immediately on that floor is I noticed that when I went on that apartment floor, I noticed that most of the doors that were on that apartment floor, they had like rugs, like in there, like rugs and like what was it, rugs and towels, like in the doors. And I was thinking to myself, like, why are there so many rugs and towels in the doors? Like, I was just puzzled by that. Like, I was walking by each door, and I saw like a rug and a towel in each door. And then as I walked further down the hallway, I realized exactly why there was rugs and towels in the doors, and that was because I smelled so much marijuana. Like, when I was going down that floor, I just smelled it. It was disgusting. It was just all over the hallway and everything like that. And like, I went in that old woman's apartment, and when I was helping her with her computer, I asked her, like, you know, what is with all the people just smoking up on this floor? And she basically told me, she's like, it's annoying. I can't take it anymore. I have headaches. I have to smell this garbage all day. It's like, even when I open the windows, I still smell it. It's annoying. And the thing about this woman, she was a smoker. She smoked cigarettes. But when she smoked, she would go outside in the parking lot. That's basically where she would go, and she'd throw it out in the garbage. That's where she would go. She wouldn't, she wouldn't smoke in her apartment. And the policies for the apartment units actually state you can't smoke in your apartments. And so, like the thing about that is, if marijuana is like legalized and stuff like that, I don't have an issue with people smoking it if they want to. But like, there's no reason that crap should be like coming over to like my property, and I should be smelling that. Thankfully, I wasn't like that on my floor. And I'm not trying to be a Karen or anything here, but like, it's like, that would just be really annoying. It's like, if you're trying to just chill in your apartment and you're just smelling all this garbage basically coming over from your apartment, your neighbor's apartment, and it's like and it's just, that's all I'll say, is it's annoying. It was disgusting, and the apartment people weren't really doing anything about it. Let me see. Oh, I missed the chat. I'm sorry. Pat, you should check out Rodriguez's GTA 6 fan-made trailer. Made it Just Cause 4. I know it took him over a month to make it, so consider checking. I'll take a look at it. Definitely. Can you send it to me on Skype? Michael, I'll take a look at it. Let's see here. But yeah, that's what I say is, like, if people want to smoke, it's like, you know, do it away from people so people don't have to smell it, because it's just annoying. Like if people want to do that in the personal time, it's like, okay, I don't have an issue with that. It's, you know, it's your body, you know, do what you want with it. But it's like you shouldn't be doing it. It's like where it's like, you know, other people can like smell it. That's just disgusting. You know, and also I'll tell you something. If I had a neighbor, I probably wouldn't do this at the apartment complex. But if I had a neighbor that told me, like, if I had a neighbor that was doing that, right? They were smoking so much marijuana where I smelled it and it was coming on my property, I wouldn't be like one of those scumbags that would call the cops. I wouldn't do that. I would just simply go over their property and be like, hey, dude, you know, look, I don't care if you smoke, but can you please do it so I don't smell this crap? Like, you know, do it in like your basement, or like just somewhere where this is just not gonna go out, where like I'm not gonna, like, you know, smell this crap, because I don't want to smell this on my property. And if he told me, like, you know, sure, you know, fine, I'll stop, you know, okay, that's you know, that we worked something out. But if he basically tells me deal with it, if he told me deal with it, you know what I would do at that point? What I would do at that point is I would take a bunch of loudspeakers and I would just play really loud music. That's what I would just do. I would put on earphones and I would just play really loud music, and I would play it towards his house, like from my backyard towards his house, so he would hear it specifically, so it wouldn't bother the other neighbors as much. And if he came over and complained, I just tell him, okay, you deal with it now. That's basically what I would do. So like, I can't stand people like that like they're basically, oh, you'll deal with it, you know, wonder what music, oh, I don't even know what music. I would probably find something annoying to play too, but that was basically what I would do, is I would play some loud music in retaliation to that. That would be disturbing the peace. Not necessarily. It depends on how loud it is. It depends on how loud. If it's like so loud the entire street can hear it, then yes, it could be. But if you're just like, you know, blasting music like loudly in your backyard, there's not really anything. In most places, there's not really any crimes against that. And so that's as long as it's not like extreme, like to the point where it's just extreme, that it shouldn't be. But that's basically what I would do. Is because like that's as frustrating as, you know, you try to talk to somebody, you try to tell somebody like, you know, hey dude, can you please stop, and they say, oh, you will deal with it. But that's just rude and nasty. That's just petty, isn't it? Two wrongs don't make it right. Well, you know, they have to learn that there's some consequences. That's just what I'll say about that. They would have to learn that there's consequences for that. Because remember what I said is I would only do something like that if I tried to talk to the person and they basically just ignored me and they said deal with it. That's basically what I would do. If, you know, you're gonna smoke on your property and it's gonna blow over to my property, I'm gonna have to smell that, then I'm gonna play really loud music on my property and you're gonna have to hear that and deal with that. So that's have I ever dealt with drunk people? Yes. Yes, and I'll tell you, is like, honestly, in my experience, though, I prefer dealing with people who smoke cigarettes than people who drink and get drunk regularly, because even though secondhand smoke is annoying, at least the people who are drinking, you know, a lot of times are acting like idiots, and you have to deal with it, and that's will I be doing the prototype series? Well, Emily, that I get that. I get your point, but that's just such a rare instance that you're describing. Is like most people that are just smoking marijuana are just smoking it because they just want to. It's not because they're sick. That's what I'll say about it. I get it that it helps like ease pain. I'm not even against. I'm not even, you know, necessarily for it being made criminal too. But it's but the point that I'm getting at is that there are so many people out there that just smoke, and they have no problem with it just going over to people's properties and just other people having to deal with it too. It's annoying. Yes, I'm gonna finish the Ronin stream this week. Oh, the European drill sergeant. Okay, zombie. Wait, what art? What facts? From the GTA 3 universe, what game from this era has the worst or the weakest storyline? I want money making on YouTube to decide. I kind of already, when gun running got popular, I decided to go full time with YouTube. But maybe when I quit my job in 2019 fully. From the GTA 3 universe, what game from this era has the worst or the weakest storyline? Maybe GTA 3. Yeah, maybe GTA 3. I'd say that. I listen back to your streams at my warehouse job, so they're like a podcast for me. Thanks for keeping them up, Pro. Thank you, Mythagoras. Thanks, man. But yeah, that's just basically my point on this. Is I'm not like a Karen. I'm not like one of those people. All I'm just saying is that, you know, if somebody's gonna smoke, is like, you know, do it away from people so that other people don't have to inhale it. That's just what I'm saying about it. I don't know much about that, zombie fanatic. The most shortest and can be 4 hours or less in GTA history is GTA Vice City. Is Vice City the shortest GTA game? I think GTA 3 is the shortest one, isn't it? Because GTA 3 you can skip like the Kenji and the Joey Leone and the Luigi missions just by killing Salvatore and killing Kenji. So you can just fast forward that and then go straight to yeah. Are you a lenient landlord, or are you pretty strict? I'm a very lenient guy. I don't even do inspections on my properties. I don't do that. The reason I don't do inspections on my properties is because I've always told my tenants that, you know, if something is broken in the property, if something is wrong, you know, call me. You know, I have no problem in, you know, fixing it. I'll have no problem paying for it, no problem helping you guys out with it. But I'm not like one of those people that like does like a random inspection, right? I text them and I tell them I'm coming in to inspect the property. I don't do stuff like that. Like, I know a lot of landlords do that. I've never done an inspection of my property. I text my tenants and I tell them I'm coming in and I do stuff like that. The reason I don't do stuff like that is because if you do an inspection like that on your tenants, you're basically telling them you don't trust them when you do something like that. When you do those unexpected, like, you know, inspections. I mean, you have to announce ahead of time, but still, like, when you tell them like a few days beforehand and then, like, you know, tell them you're doing inspection, it's still like it's rude. I don't recommend any landlord to do inspections. I think that they're just bad. I think you should have the property, like, you know, inspected maybe like once a tenant leaves to make sure that everything's, you know, good. But like, don't ever do like an inspection like when people are there, because that's just something rude. That's just not a nice thing to do. I own 2 rental properties. Yeah. What I'm doing is, my other rental property had an older sump pump, which is used to, like, you know, pump out, like, rain if there's, like, a flood. And what happened was I bought a brand new sump pump, and I bought a backup battery power system for it. So in case the power goes out, that there's, that, you know, the pump works and, you know, doesn't flood the house. And what happened is I decided to buy that for my other property, too. And I decided, you know, bring it over. I had to hire a guy to do it because I don't know how to do that stuff. But basically, yeah, that was, so I treat my tenants fairly. You know, whenever my tenants need something, I come, I have somebody fix it. I take care of it. I'm not like one of those greedy people. And also, my tenant's lease is actually my first rental, my tenant's lease is actually going to expire in July. And I'm actually going to go see them next week. And when I go see them next week, I'm going to ask them if they want to sign another year lease with me. And I'm not raising their rent. Its rent is staying the exact same. They've been really nice people. They've taken good care of the property. They haven't caused any problems. You know, I'm not raising rent. I don't do stuff like that. Okay. I don't know, Titan. Not sure. You're a good man. Well, thank you. Do you perform background checks on potential tenants? Yes, that I do. That's before the property is. What's it called? Do your tenants watch the channel? No, my tenants have no idea what I do for a living. They don't ask me. How do you do that? Do you contact the FBI? No, I haven't. There's an agency that I hire, and that agency, what they do is they basically put my rental property on the on like their site, and what they do is they go around looking for people and they interview people. They check, you know, their background, they check, you know, their credit, you know, stuff like that, and then they get the tenant in. And what happens is the first month's rent, I pay the agency like 70% of the first month's rent for finding that tenant for me. And then afterwards, I get 100% of the rent the rest of the year. So it's like a good deal. You can usually, you can have them like renew. I think they take like a 20% cut of the first month's rent if they want you, if you have them renew the lease for you. So this making a new lease is like not that expensive with them. But like finding the first tenants like the first month is a little expensive.
That
Does anybody have a heist that I can help them with? Does anybody have a heist? No, own Titan. You know, it's okay. You don't. No, don't worry about it. I'm not like, you know, I'm not one of those people who like cares about stuff like that. Yes, and I'm gonna be doing Watch Dogs 1 later, also this year too. Yes, Henry from Mafia 2. I'll have a video on him too. Are you invested in crypto? No, I think crypto is like a scam. I don't like it. I think it's a shady way of making money. But my acid lab is full. Well, I could help you, Brandon, but Brandon, the thing is though, for acid labs, you don't really need help selling that because it's always solo. It's always like one vehicle. Or DHC needs help with acid lab too. Okay. Yeah, but you guys know that, like, acid labs are always one vehicle. So, like, if you spawn with more people, you have more vehicles. But it's up to you guys. It's, okay. Would you raise rent if the property worth increases? If the property value increases, would I raise rent? Probably not. It depends. It's like, the only time I would raise rent is if it's if like my property taxes, if the property taxes on the property go way higher, like they just jump like exponentially, then maybe. But at that point, like, I don't raise rent. I haven't done something like that. So no, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't. No. Can you help with my casino? Sure, Jeremiah. Wait, what, Drifter Kids? You are such a great person, but is there a time you wish you had malice in you to do something evil? What do you mean? Can you explain a little bit more what you mean? I'm just a bit confused. Can you explain? What the? Will my next lore video be on? I am not sure yet. Say someone did you wrong and you couldn't get revenge because of your morals. I will say this. The only thing I'll say about that is I'll say this. if there are a lot of videos out there on YouTube that, you know, make fun of, like, you know, my voice, you know, make fun of my face, make fun of me saying, like, you know, stuff like that. If I wanted to, I could probably strike those channels if I wanted to. You know, strike them because, you know, they're making fun of me, they're insulting me, they're making fun of my face. But I don't do that. And I never will do that. But if I wanted to, I could. And it's because I would just have to complain to YouTube for harassment, and YouTube would probably take the videos down. But I don't do that. And the reason I don't do that is because I believe in free speech a lot. And I believe in the right to free speech, even if that's making fun of me. So I'm a really big free speech guy, so I'm not gonna do that, even if it's somebody making fun of me.
What is this? What the hell is going on?
Hey Pro, in the GTA 5's back cover, the description called Trevor a terrifying psychopath, which he's pretty much a sociopath. I know, but it's not just for Trevor. It also, the booklet for Kanan Lynch calls Lynch a psychopath, but he's not a psychopath. Thank you, Sleep Punch Man. You're a good dude. Thank you, Lord Taharka, if I'm reading your name correctly. I will eventually make it, Sigma. There's a lot of other projects that I have to do too, but eventually I'll make it. Oh, no, that's... Thank you, Agent Reaper. Hustler's comment, what was it?
Okay, we got there in the end, and
People still care about playthroughs. And let me see, Hustler, where's your... I'm trying to find... Am I gonna play Alan Wake? Yes, eventually I'll play it, possibly this year too. Just reached 400 million. Thank you, Pro. Well, thank you, DHC too. Okay, is Fixated here? Who was it? Jeremiah. Jeremiah needed help with the heist, right? Was it Jeremiah? Who was it that needed help with the heist? Jeremiah, was it? Jeremiah, invite me to your heist, I'll help you. Yeah, well, Abby's friends are a bunch of scumbags, though, Blind and Eagle. They are. Thank you for the super chat. To what lengths have you gotten to release a video as soon as something new drops? The thing about that is one of the things that gets me like really stressed out, like probably like the days that I'm stressed out in the year, that the days that I'm probably the most stressed are probably days, and also we can probably do this with just us two, depending if it's cash, get 3 people, but if it's not, we can do it us two, but it's up to you, Fixated. It's your heist if you want to give yourself a bigger cut. But are these your friends? But what am I saying here? Yeah. Oh yeah. So what I was trying to get at, the day that I'm the most stressed out on every single year is the very first day of a GTA Online update. That is the day that I'm the most stressed every single year. So that one time that there's a GTA, where that was your friends, Fixated. Okay. The one day that the summer release date and the winter release date, those days I'm the most stressed. And the reason I'm so stressed on those days is because I'm basically rushing to try to get as much as I can out, like as much content as I can out before like other channels do. And so I'm just trying to rush and trying to get all this content out and trying to do all these guides quickly. And it's just those days are just always the most stressful for me. Fixated, what are we doing here? Are we doing the heist with just me and you, or what are we doing? Because I think we can do it just us two, no problem. But you should just start the heist, because a bunch of random people keep joining. Fixated, are you starting? What's going on here? Oh, okay. Where did the name come from? Well, it's just more of like a professional criminal. That was always what I kind of got the name from. Like kind of like a bank robber or something, like Heat kind of like it encouraged me for that. Jeremiah, you should close the lobby though if you don't want people to join. Just end the matchmaking. What are we doing? Do you want to do it with more people or just me and you? I'm confused. What are we doing right now? PSP emulator is on iOS App Store? How does that work? They're friends? Okay. Well, let's do it then. Have you ever done a crime on accident? I think that every single person on this planet has at least committed one crime by accident. I think every single person has.
What's poppin', Polish?
Hey, what's up? I think every single person on this planet has committed at least one crime by accident, like just minor crimes, just something. But the most common crime that I think almost every single person has committed, I think almost every single person has sped at least once. When I got my when I got my license, I sped like a few times. I wasn't like a psycho driver, but like maybe going like 10 or 20 miles over the speed limit. But I stopped. I don't do that anymore. I haven't done that in years. But that's I think the closest I ever gotten to breaking the law. But GG means a great game. I got to go have a I have to hang out with my wife on a buffet. Okay, Agent Reaper, I'll see you. Have fun at the buffet.
What are you talking about?
Whose mic is that? Oh, I'm just talking to my viewers. I think he did first person on this heist. Okay, let's do it. We can do it in first person. Let's just do it.
You just gotta fall back on the hits. I ever tell you about the time we pulled something similar to take down a jewel store and, no, should probably shut up about that one. Or save it for the book I write when I retire again. Just act like you like killing things and you'll be good.
Look, man. Everybody, man. David, they all want me. Turning off that door. I can't even see now. What the hell I went.
Hey, Joker for life. What's up, man?
You have Hello Kitty even down there? Yeah. Hello Kitty.
Wait, why are we stopping?
Tattoo. I would get it.
Wait, what's going on?
Driving.
Hello? Why are we stopping?
Problem.
Oh.
Now here we go. Oh shit. We go there. Why are we first person? Oh no. Like that.
Let me just get my
Sorry, I'll fix it.
my mic for this. Hold on.
Drive in and pull up by the rear entrance. They'll buzz you in. And remember to be cool. They're expecting you.
Okay. Okay.
Pest control team, you are very boring. You live for fumigation. That's it. Head through the door to the staff lobby.
Yep, come in. It's open.
Sorry, I'm gonna fix it.
What's wrong? Okay.
Come on, quick out the chute. Boss lady's office.
Don't
is
bump into
crawling
this
with
guard.
bugs. Take the stairwell on your right up to the first floor and follow the hall around. Someone will show you through to the infestation.
Good work so far. You're in the staff lobby. Try your best to act normal in front of security.
Yo, Bixby.
Okay, now go to the double...
Yo.
No one
Don't bump into the guards, guys.
So you should have free reign of most of the staff lobby, office, and hotel. The vault? Not so much.
Dude, I'm not like
Nothing to
this,
see
but
here. Just some pest
We'll get through it
controllers
quickly, don't
looking for
worry.
some pests. Keep your cool and get to the...
Hey, bug guys, up this way. They're thick as fleas on a farm dog up here.
How dare you push me?
Just like we planned. Ignore the bugs and get to the cargo elevator. Alright, this is a little something I cooked up especially for you.
Give me 1 minute, I'll open it.
Fingerprint recognition based on an arrangement of partial data. No need for skin grafts or severed hands. Just select the partial print tiles
I'm missing
and
someone.
move them to match the fingerprint
Yeah,
on screen.
I'm trying
Once
to
you
get
make your
down.
choice, run the simulation and see how it stacks up. You'll get a few failed attempts before the scanner realizes what we're doing. Take too many bites at the cherry, or take too long to get through the door once it's open, the alarm goes off and our day gets a lot worse.
Where did you go?
There we go. It's
Where
open.
are you guys at? I don't know where he's at.
I'm in the stairwell.
Are you down?
Hold on.
Quickest fingerprints I've seen. Well, thank you.
Well, this is as far as those
Okay, let me
disguises
clear
will
these
get you.
guys out
Make
here.
Sure you're not seen and get to the man trap.
Oh,
Where the hell are you at, sir?
Hold on.
Where the hell did you go?
The elevator.
I am in the elevator now.
Careful, flat fixated, that guard. He's coming around. Careful, get back. Get back in the hallway at the elevators. Wait till the guard leaves. He's walking around. Just stay back in that hallway. Okay, fixated, come on, come across now. Where are your friends?
Guys, where are you guys
Have
at?
you guys ever done the
I'm
Bug
looking
Stars
for him.
approach? Is this your first time doing the Bug Stars
I
approach?
am lost.
Yeah, oh my god.
Okay, no big deal. Okay, fixated, wait right here. I'm gonna go get them, hold on.
You don't gotta go get me, you gotta go get his. I gotta go get him.
Alright, come get me.
Hold on, I'm gonna find you guys, hold on.
This first person is king.
Oh,
Alright,
I can't even go back upstairs,
Hey,
the
come
elevator. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, do you remember that room with the bugs that we were in? This the elevator's in there.
Come on.
Dude, why can't my guy even run? This is crazy.
Okay, do you remember that room with the bugs that we were in? The elevator's in there.
Come on.
Fixated, can you turn my stream off in the background because I just don't like hearing myself repeat. Thank you. Man, that guard is pretty incompetent that he sees this guy down. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna keep walking around.
Alright, let's do it.
Is the elevator hacked up there? Oh, what the? What's happened to the panel?
What's going on?
Nothing. The panel, it's just...
There we go.
Okay. Okay, guys, hold on a second. Wait, don't go in there. Wait. You see that guard in there? We're gonna wait till he goes in the other room, and then everyone just follow me. All the other guards are taken out already. Hold on, wait. The other guard's coming in here now too. Hold on. Yeah, that guy. We're gonna have to wait till he walks around. Okay, guys, follow me now quickly. And go over here. Hug the wall. Okay. There we go. Okay, fixated. Fixated, are you in position? I can't see you with first person. Fixated, hello? Oh.
I'm here.
We have to swipe at the same time. Tell me when you're doing it, and I'll do it too.
3, 2, 1. Alright,
Okay.
there we go.
Shit, this is bullshit.
There we go.
Sorry. Bro, should I restart the thing? No.
Too late.
We got too far and we came too far from him getting distracted and lost.
Alright, I couldn't even tell him. I couldn't even
I'm
catch up.
sorry about this whole thing. It's a complete accident.
Worst game with a good villain, probably the Saints Row reboot. Nawali had so much potential. He could have been way better than what they made him. They made him into a creep.
Okay, we made it here. Get out your equipment and get into the vault.
You guys know how to drill that? Why are you in first person? He accidentally put it in first person.
It's like, wait, hold up. You let go?
This one, I've never had to deal with this one ever.
It was six bits we had to drill through.
No, I get that. I'm trying to deal with it. Okay, what the world?
Hold down the right stick and then slowly push up the left one. Just slowly.
Pressure's on.
Shoot, honestly.
Do it, man. You got this.
I believe in you.
Honestly.
Yeah, you can do it. Don't worry. Oh, you got it.
One of you guys do, because
I'll
that
do it.
one I never had to do.
Oh God, I've been done with it.
You're
I'll
a
do it.
professional, King.
This one is. Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
Okay, this one is done here. This two.
This is I'm supposed to this man is nutting on me.
This person is messing me up.
Got it.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, I'm getting everything on the left side.
Alright, me and Troll will hack. You guys will drill the stuff. Or grab the gold too. Sorry.
Under the radar, we have a little more time here. Now, your hacker can block the security sensors while you're in the vault, but only for a while.
Oh, that
The
one
system
seems
goes
to be
quiet for too long, it triggers the alarm as a failsafe. And, did I mention that if the alarm goes off in here, it'll flood the place with nerve agent? No? Okay, well, I'm mentioning it now. If you're making good time in there, try getting into some of the lock boxes.
There we go. Nice. Okay.
I never understood why do we hold the bag with one hand when you could most definitely just
right.
two hand all of this stuff, make it a lot faster. Because keep tapping X doesn't make it any faster.
Well, Ed, they are fixated friends. Own Titan. Next time I'll help you with your heist.
Hey, wait, what's your YouTube channel?
What's up?
What are you streaming on?
YouTube.
What is your name?
The Professional. Just look it up on YouTube app. The one word, The Professional, will be first thing that'll come up.
You're semi-professional today. That was a wild thing to say.
I got drills for the rest of them.
Oh, no, that's what we're doing? I'm done. Oh, do I drill stuff now?
Yeah.
When there's 15 seconds left, leave.
Okay.
I think we got all the gold.
Yeah. Start drilling.
Isn't there a way to get like a railgun during this?
No.
No.
I've seen someone get like a weapon from like drilling lock boxes.
got time, Joel. It's like 2 boxes.
I got my gold on that box.
I'm full of gold.
30 seconds.
And
Okay.
I'm not fucking around this first person.
I'm done.
I'm getting out.
I'm out.
Alright, I'm getting out now.
20 seconds left. Don't dawdle.
I can't jump.
Fixated, you gotta go.
Get out before they smell a rat.
Yeah, when you have like 2 stacks of gold, you can't jump.
Seconds.
You got this.
Okay.
In and out undetected.
Tell me when you're swiping. Do the countdown.
People, that is the mother lode.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, let's see if we can make the way out as smooth as the way in. Get your key
Alright,
cards
let's go.
ready. Alright, now stay calm.
Okay.
Back the way you came through the checkpoint. Nothing
Oh,
to see
2 behind here.
Wait for him to leave. Hold on. Wait. Okay. This guy, I'm gonna have to get rid of him. Hold on. I'm gonna wait till the camera turns. Because I don't want to kill him under the camera. Okay, go.
Get in the
Oh,
car
you gotta wait for that camera.
Use your key card. Play it cool.
Okay, now we're good.
Okay. We can just take the elevator up. Let's do that.
Alright. Let's go.
I want to hit the daily.
Wait, there's a
God
dude.
damn!
Into the vault, and now the whole place is
Okay,
locked.
go. Let's go. Just
They know you're still in the building. Just keep moving and
hold
keep
on.
quiet.
There's a guy. Hold on.
Time to change your outfits. We need a fresh start if you're gonna make it out of here under the radar.
There's a tie as you punch him.
Wait,
dead
everyone
in the
get
face.
back. Everyone get back. Everyone get back. Back around the
Oh,
wall.
get back, get back. Yep, get back, get back.
The second he
We've got some
turns.
heavy chatter on the police frequencies. Sounds like they're sending noose.
Okay, go.
Okay,
Follow
we're
me. Going for the laundry room. Okay, everyone get these guns here. This is in case we get spotted now. Okay. Wait for this guy to turn. Okay, wait. There's a dude in the room. Hold on, I'm looking at the map. Okay, go now. Go for here. Oh, fixated. Wait. Hold. Hold your position, fixated. Okay, I'm gonna tell you when to move. This... Oh, crap. There's so many guards. Hold on. Fixated, get right near the door. I'm gonna tell you when to run. Hold on, wait. Crap, wait. These guys just keep going back and forth. This pattern is annoying as hell. Okay, fixated, go now, quick.
I think you'll find you're mistaken.
Oh, okay, it doesn't matter. We're out.
Absolute moron.
We're out.
You
Okay.
gotta be kidding me.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're out. We're out. Invite me to heist next time. I'll sing for you. Thank you, Titan. All that matters is we're out now.
Then.
Oh god, this alcohol is already getting to me as the problem.
This always happens, so don't worry. Okay, we're not spotted out here. Okay, good. Follow me.
The only thing that matters is making it to your ride. Now, don't let them see you leaving. Remember, they know the vault's been hit, but they don't know who you are or where you are. They have patrols sweeping the whole place, and all the civilians have been evacuated. So if they see you, they'll know it's you. So just stay out of their way, keep your cool, and get to the buyer. The
Hold on.
driver has the getaway car in position.
Come on.
So you're hitting them dead in their face while they're looking at you in the face. That should not be possible.
If you're really quick, you can just knock them out. That's...
Right.
No, you're not. You're hitting them in the face. Dead in the face as they look at you. In the face. Like you're walking up to them and punching them in the face.
Okay.
Right.
We're good. We're at the cars. Okay, everyone's here. Okay,
I picked the new tab. Where are we supposed to get the outfit from? Did the outfits just not spawn?
Someone bring me a car. I got stuck.
Got you.
Okay, you're gonna have to go pick him up to your car. Wait, who's in the other car? You gonna go pick him up? You have to go pick him up.
Oh crap!
You bitch!
Why aren't you picking him up? I can't pick you up because I'm full here.
Yo, he drove off without me. He really drove off without me.
Hold on.
I thought I picked you up. What the heck?
No, you did not. Not even close. I'm going to the tunnel. I don't care. Meet me over here.
We got this.
Meet you through the tunnel. Hard to get there, but
whatever. Where am I going, man?
In the tunnel.
I don't know where the hell I am. I can't see because I'm getting killed. Shit.
Oh, someone's dead. Guys, the whole reason that messed up is because the person in the other car wasn't picking up the person that was on the street. I don't know who was driving, but...
No, we know. No, we know what happened.
Alright, can we change it from first person?
We can't. It's just the way it is. Everyone hit R2. Here. When you get in the cars, you have to be quick. You cannot delay like that. You gotta move. Like, it's fine. We all make mistakes, but just saying that when you get in the cars, you just have to move quick.
Yes, Master, I understand.
I lost my Uzi. Oh, great.
Now go and punch that cop in the face. He's walking, you punch him in the face.
You know, now that I think about this ceramic pistol would never work, because even if the ceramic pistol would get through the metal detector, it would detect the bullets.
Yeah. Did you find out that a lot of GTA logic will never work in real life? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Our cars don't lose gas.
Has this guy not spotted me yet?
Apparently not.
I told you. Vision. I told you. You're in their face. They don't care.
Only thing I'd say with real life is the ridiculous freaking traffic. And the fact that people are just stupid.
Old school GTA traffic a lot better than new school GTA traffic. I hate new school GTA traffic.
Nah, even real life people are stupid.
No,
there's no denying that. Get in the other car.
I'm going. If you guys want to take the sewer, go ahead. But I'm taking the side.
Where y'all going?
I'm gonna try to lose the cops just through the hills. That's how I usually lose them. If you stay behind me, you'll also lose the cops. Up to you. Drive however you want.
I'm sorry, big fish.
This first person messed me up though.
Oh, no,
we drive in first person too.
Yeah, you know.
This is uncompleted.
I'm good.
Don't stay on the roads like that.
I'm driving with cinematic camera.
Stay off-road like me. We'll lose the cops really quickly.
I'm driving with the cinematic camera, and I'm doing better driving than most people.
Off-road. Go left. Oh shit! Now you're back on.
Don't get on the highway. Get off the highway. Get back on the fields.
Take right. There you go.
Just follow me over here, you'll be good. Stay in the fields.
Yes, sir.
Nice little driving picture.
Goddamn concrete trees.
There you go. Left. There you go.
If the buyer hears so much as a siren, this whole thing goes up in smoke. Lose the cops.
Did you lose the cops?
Sweet. Liberating large amounts of private equity from private.
Did you guys over there lose the cops?
Something even the IRS has trouble doing.
Yeah, we lost the cops.
Okay, cool.
Strolled out of there, carrying their crown.
Follow me, I'll show you a shortcut to the drop-off.
The ultimate humiliation. Oh, I've taken a whole lot of scores, but none of them has been sweeter than this.
I've always liked escaping the cops by car. I don't like helicopter or sewer, it's too easy, personally.
Hey, fixated.
Yeah, what's up?
How much money you got now?
1.1 bill.
Bill?
Okay, you guys slow down here, and what you're gonna do is just drive up this little hill here. Damn it, first person mode, it's a little harder to do. You got it, just follow the tracks once you're up there, don't wait for me.
First person is so hard.
Let's go. We got this thing.
First person is so hard.
You know, this is too easy. We need to make it extra special.
Oh, they were good, Nikki. I mean, there's this, but the cinematic camera still works first, but... Good work. Good work, guys.
Yeah. How dare this game? I did nothing, and how dare it give me broad.
Thank you, Anowak. Well, I probably will have some dinner after this. I'm just a bit hungry. Why, what's up, Blinded Eagle? I hope it's not stuck on this screen. That would really suck. Hello, Lucho, Lucho Velli. Thank you for sponsoring my channel. Thanks, man. Wait, what do you mean, Issei Hernandez? And, hey, Lucho, no, you didn't miss anything. Thank you, Madness, for the super chat. Love your hair. Thank you. Thank you, Lucho Valley, for sponsoring the channel. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. Is that okay? I was gonna probably have some dinner here. I think that's a probably good place to end the stream too. Also, guys, check back in half an hour. Half an hour from now, the next part of L.A. Noire is gonna be up. So if you want to watch me do the next case in half an hour. How was your guys' day? My day was good, Madness. How was your day? Read my comment up top. Let me look. Oh, where did I just get spawned? What the? What the? I've never been spawned here after a heist. Okay. Wait, what do you mean, zombie? Hang on, wait. That I'm quiet on heists? You missed 2 super chats. I'm sorry. Invite me to the heist next time. I'll sing for you. Thank you, Own Titan. Is that the one? Own Titan and Lucio Valley Madness and Madness also. And thank you, Christine. Okay, I think you're the best YouTuber. Thank you. I'll still stick around for like 1 or 2 minutes to answer any questions. So if you guys want to ask me anything before I go, how's my evening? My evening's been great. How's your evening been? No, not that one. Can you post it again, then, zombie? Post your comment again, please. Do you think GTA 6 can be co-op with the 2 main characters? Probably not, nah. I don't talk much. I don't. Ugh. Maybe I'll stop by, Mustang. Oh. You asked what I was having for dinner. Oh, I'm sorry then, Christine. I'm sorry if I scrolled all the way up. I don't see it here. So I apologize for missing that one then. What am I gonna have for dinner? I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. Maybe I'll have some mashed potatoes and French fries. Maybe I'll have that. I'll look up the Modern Warfare 3 ending, Lucky. So next time you come by, just ask me what I think. I'll let you know next time. I'll look it up. When I get the chance. Oh, no, it isn't trees. What was your comment, Zombie Fanatic? Can you post it again? A gift from Dmitry Raskolov. I might have Taco Bell this week coming up, Blinded Eagle. Yep. I'm doing good, Nikki. Hope you've been good. And Zombie, what's your question? Did you post it? controller fell. Okay. Hey, Aussie guy. No, it's okay, Camus. It's fine. Don't worry about it, man. Did Zombie post his comment again? Hey, man. Hey, guys. Okay, Blinded Eagle. I'm posting it. How are you not seeing it? I don't see it. Do you guys see Zombie Fanatic's comment? I don't see his comment. Yeah, I don't see it. Wait, McDonald's made you sick, Fernando? What happened there? Thinking of playing Ace Attorney. Which one should I start? Play the original Ace Attorney trilogy. The original Ace Attorney trilogy is actually on PSN. You can actually play the original 3 games. Yeah, I don't think they saw it too, Zombie Fanatic. Do you guys ever have that, like when you leave a comment on a YouTube video and you post it and it just gets deleted? Do you guys ever have that happen? Like, I know YouTubers aren't deleting my comments, so like I wonder if YouTube sometimes deletes my comments just for no reason on, like, when I post a comment on a video. Like, it's I don't know why that happens. That's Pro, the thing about that is do a New York accent. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? That's more of a New York accent there. Oh, I'm sorry, Fernando. Zombie Fanatic, do you have a Twitter? By any chance, do you have a Twitter? Do you have that? Or X, that's what people call it. I still call it Twitter. Hi, Ditch. What are we doing today? Thanks for the super chat, Blind Eagle. You could just message me on Twitter if you want to ask me something, Zombie. I don't know why it's not showing your comments. When are we playing Lego Fortnite? Hey, Jackknife Finnegan. How are you, man? How are you? Oh, it's like, hey, Ditch, what are we doing today? You don't say it like Ditch, though. It's more New York slang is you call a teacher teach. That's more New York slang. It's okay, Mythagoras. Don't worry about it, man. What if China was a territory to Taiwan? Will that make... Wait, well, what do you mean, Mason? I'm just a bit confused because they're both different countries, but summer update probably at the end of this month or maybe June. I don't know, Zombie. Okay, Zombie, what you can do is you can just leave a comment on my last tweet if you have a Twitter, and I can just follow you on Twitter, and then you can just message me whatever you want to ask me. Yeah, Clavier is a great guy, Lewis. Okay, so I'm gonna, maybe I'll do the prototype games one day. So I'll be going here, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and remember that in, like, half an hour from now, check back in, like, half an hour from now, and I'll have the next part of LA Noire, for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.